Let's come gather round, see what Mr. Sean has found. Recovered relics, come and have a look around. Recovered relics, stories lost but now they're found. 'Cause the coolest thing you'll see is lost media history. Old treasures, mysteries galore. Who knows what secrets are in store? Recovered relics, come on, it's about to start.
Welcome back, Chimera crew, and a very happy 2025 to all of you. Welcome to our first episode of the year of Recovered Relics, the show where we explore formerly lost media, as well as taking a deeper dive into its origins and its overall legacy and importance. Today we're going to cover a piece that was actually my first foray into the world of lost media. Before hearing about this film, it had never occurred to me that movies could just cease to exist. The subject of today's episode is the 1927 film Metropolis by Fritz Lang. Now, before we dive deeper, I will say that this is a truly interesting piece of film, albeit it is not entirely found. It would be at best estimate to say that 99% of this film has been recovered, meaning that it is still technically partially lost. That being said, as many lost silent films are just gone forever, we'll take 99% as a win. So without further ado, let's take a look at Metropolis. Metropolis, directed by Fritz Lang, stands as a monumental achievement in cinematic history. Released in 1927, it not only redefined science fiction, but also set a high watermark for ambition in filmmaking. However, its legacy extends beyond its artistry, encompassing themes of cultural transformation, technological anxiety, and the painstaking effort to recover a work almost lost to time. Today, on Recovered Relics, we will delve into its origins, production, critical reception, historical context, loss, recovery, and enduring legacy. The seeds of Metropolis were sown in a period of unprecedented societal change. The 1920s were a decade of innovation and upheaval, with the scars of World War I still fresh and the Weimar Republic fostering an artistic renaissance. German Expressionism, with its stark visuals and focus on the psychological and emotional, was at its zenith, shaping cinema in ways that would reverberate for decades. Fritz Lang and his wife, screenwriter Thea von Harbo, envisioned Metropolis as a grand allegory for the industrial age's growing pains. The script, inspired by von Harbo's novel of the same name, sought to explore the chasm between the privileged elite and the oppressed working class. Lang's initial inspiration for the film reportedly came during a visit to New York City, where the towering skyscrapers and frenetic pace of urban life evoked visions of a future dominated by mechanization and class divides. UFA, Germany's premier film studio, financed the project, aiming to create a film that could compete with the grandeur of Hollywood. However, the ambition of the project spiraled beyond initial expectations. The production, lasting over a year, employed thousands of extras and cutting-edge techniques. The futuristic cityscapes of Metropolis were brought to life through the innovative use of miniatures, matte paintings, and a process called the Schuften effect, which allowed actors to appear within miniature models. The narrative follows Frieder, the son of the city's autocratic ruler, Joe Friederson, as he discovers the brutal conditions faced by workers. The story pits the visionary Maria, a beacon of hope, against her robotic doppelganger, a creation of mad scientist Rotwang. The robot, disguised as Maria, incites chaos and rebellion, culminating in a climactic reconciliation of the two social classes. Despite its groundbreaking visuals and thematic ambition, Metropolis was a financial disaster for UFA. The production cost an estimated 5 million Reichsmarks, nearly bankrupting the studio. Its box office failure reflected its lukewarm reception in Germany, where critics found it overly didactic and melodramatic. Metropolis was released into a world grappling with the rapid pace of modernization. Industrialization, urbanization, and technological advancements had created both hope for progress and fear of dehumanization. The film's central themes, class struggle, the mechanization of labor, and the ethical implications of technology resonated with these anxieties. Contemporary critics were divided. While many lauded the film's technical achievements and imaginative design, others criticized its narrative as simplistic and heavy-handed. Notably, H.G. Wells dismissed the film as silly, criticizing its depiction of a dystopian future, yet others recognized its boldness, with its spectacular visuals leaving an indelible impression. Metropolis also reflected Germany's post-war psyche. The Weimar Republic was a fragile democracy beset by political extremism and economic turmoil. The film's dichotomy between the elite and the working class mirrored the social stratification and unrest of its time. In this sense, Metropolis transcended its role as a science fiction film, serving as a cultural artifact of the interwar period. The original cut of Metropolis was an imposing 153 minutes long, a runtime deemed excessive by distributors. To make the film more palatable to international audiences, significant portions were cut, reducing the narrative's complexity and thematic depth. By the time Metropolis reached American theaters, it ran a scant 80 minutes. This truncation had disastrous consequences. Entire subplots such as the character arc of the foreman Grot and the motivations of Rotwang were excised. These edits undermined the film's coherence and thematic resonance. Worse, the excised footage was either discarded or misplaced, leading to the loss of nearly a quarter of the original film. And for decades, Metropolis existed only in incomplete versions. Scholars and enthusiasts recognized its brilliance, but the full scope of Lang's vision remained tantalizingly out of reach. The film became emblematic of lost media, a cautionary tale of the fragility of cinematic history. Efforts to restore Metropolis began as early as the 1960s, spurred by its growing reputation as a masterpiece. Film archives and private collectors around the world unearthed fragments, gradually piecing together the puzzle. A significant milestone occurred in the 1980s when Giorgio Moroder released a restored version, accompanied by a contemporary rock soundtrack. While controversial, this version reignited interest in the film. The breakthrough, however, came in 2008 when archivists in Buenos Aires discovered a nearly complete 16mm print of the film. This version included 25 minutes of previously lost footage, dramatically enhancing the film's narrative and character depth. Though some scenes were heavily degraded, modern digital restoration techniques salvaged much of the material. The 2010 premiere of the restored Metropolis, now running 148 minutes, was a landmark event. Audiences and critics alike marveled at the film's newfound richness. Though a few scenes remain lost, these gaps serve as poignant reminders of the impermanence of early cinema. Even in its restored form, Metropolis is not without flaws. Its narrative, driven by a simplistic head, heart, and hands metaphor, can feel didactic. The characters often serve as archetypes rather than fully realized individuals, and its pacing reflects the cinematic conventions of its era. Yet these shortcomings are overshadowed by its virtues. Visually, Metropolis remains unparalleled. The cityscapes, inspired by New York's skyline, evoke a sense of awe and foreboding. Lang's meticulous attention to detail, from the Art Deco design of the robot Maria to intricate choreography of the workers, creates a world that feels both fantastical and eerily plausible. Thematically, Metropolis anticipates many of the issues that define modern science fiction. Its exploration of artificial intelligence, surveillance, and class struggle continues to resonate. The robot Maria in particular has become an enduring symbol of the genre, influencing everything from Star Wars to Ex Machina. The legacy of Metropolis is twofold. As a work of cinema, it stands as a cornerstone of science fiction, shaping the visual and thematic language of the genre. Its influence can be seen in countless films. From Blade Runner to The Fifth Element, the film's iconic imagery has permeated popular culture, cementing its status as a cinematic touchstone. As a piece of lost media, Metropolis is a testament to the importance of preservation. Its near destruction and subsequent recovery underscore the fragility of early film and the dedication required to safeguard cultural heritage. The restoration of Metropolis is one of the most celebrated achievements in archival cinema, inspiring similar efforts for other lost works. The story of Metropolis is as epic as the film itself. Born out of a period of technological optimism and societal upheaval, it envisioned a future fraught with challenges and possibilities. Its loss and recovery mirror the precarious nature of cultural memory, and its enduring legacy reminds us of cinema's power to transcend time. Today, Metropolis stands not only as a masterpiece of science fiction, but also as a symbol of resilience, creativity, and the enduring quest to reclaim the past. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this one. Metropolis is a very good film in my personal opinion. A couple things that I just wanted to add here at the end. While I highly recommend you watch this film, please note that it is a long one. Again, at 148 minutes, and it is a silent film, it's a lot. You gotta pay attention for a while. I'm not saying that to dissuade you, I'm just saying be prepared. Another thing that I always found interesting about this film, and actually Family Guy made a reference to it as well, is it is one of the only films where when characters are challenged about their views on societies, in the end, some of them are more conservative than they were at the beginning. Because in the beginning, when Frieder first meets the revolutionary girl Maria, his views on, he's lived a privileged life and everything is brought into question. Now, while Maria is very much, down with the city's ruling elite and all that, and by the end, again, a bit of a heavy-handed metaphor, she has now begun to believe that, the masters need the workers and the workers need the masters. Like, one cannot exist without the other, and I always thought that was kind of interesting, as that's not typically how film narrative goes. Just a very interesting point about the film. Also, it's just neat to see a cultural artifact from that brief period of time where Germany wasn't waging war against the world. And, I think that's interesting, and I kind of wish they'd done more of this and less of, what they ended up doing. And ultimately, it's too bad, because with all the creativity that has come out of Germany, when we think of Germany nowadays, we think more about failed painters than we do successful ones, or successful people in other forms of the art. But German cinema is very intriguing, and this is a wonderful example of it from the 1920s. So again, I hope you will give this film a chance. It is a masterpiece. Also, if you have not yet checked it out, please go check out my AMA video. I'm trying to do another Ask Me Anything, and right now I really haven't gotten that many questions on it, so it is going to be linked in the end screen of this video as well as in the description. If you could head on over there, post your question. You might hear me read it here on air. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Consider becoming a channel member or joining the Patreon, or even heading over to eBay and Mercari to purchase one of my minis. Links are, of course, in the description. Until next time, This is Recovered Relics. I'm Mr. Sean, and I sincerely hope that you alpha great day and an even beta tomorrow. Bye-bye.
So how many trainers still want to catch like me? I'm a bigger prick than cat turned bee, yeah, and that's why these words sting, just like you were being attacked by bee drills. In the field I'm leaning back carefree. Gym leaders can't beat me, don't test me. With my spoons, my tricks, and my mind at peace. I walk in style, still hold my leash, but no one's ever caught the vibe I release. How can I explain to you that my psychic type's a danger too? I hop on tracks like a rapid-ass crew, bend spoons and minds, it's what I do. So don't try me, I'll win that fight. Even if I'm outmatched, I'll bend the light. Teleport from the ring, disappear from sight. They'll never see me coming, call me the Cadabra Knight. Abra, abracadabra. And for my next trick, I'm about to sweep with my stat buffs. Abra, abracadabra. And for my last trick, poof, just like that, and I'm back, bruh.